Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is gonna be a quick little additional Gizmo guide. There's just, just gonna touch on a few things that changed. I'm not gonna go too into detail like I did in the other two guides because a lot of that stuff still stands besides like certain combos off of Jab 2 and Airwalker combos. But if you see a lot of the combos where I didn't do like a Jab 2 roll, then that didn't really change. So if I just do a Jab 2 into up special or something like that, that's still into the game. So like you can still go reference that combo guide or even that neutral guide and just the straight game plan from Gizmo and see a lot of the stuff is still the same. But what we are going to talk about is how the changes affected him and his playstyle. Gizmo now, in my opinion, is like after you shoot some arrows, after you're like zoning, I feel like you always want to keep one arrow now, just so you always have that tool available because it is your combo starter, your combo extender, and you know what I'm saying, it's a huge part of your pressure. One reason why I think the arrow change really hurts him is because if there's a situation where you're zoning, boom, whatever the case may be, and you have one more charged arrow and you're going for like a combo, I can shoot these arrows real quick. And you're going for like a combo. Yeah, okay, buddy. You're going for like a combo or something. You're just doing whatever the combo. It doesn't matter if it's true. Now you don't have another arrow to extend it when in beta or even in the beginning of this game you would have had another arrow so you can keep your combo going. And moves like his Sarah don't have crazy hit stun for you to follow up. Like if I set the bot to DI away and dodge, you know, you a lot of times you won't get this or this up special true. I don't know why he's not dodging after my Sarah. But if you slow it down, you'll see. It's right there. He leaves hit stun, so they can definitely dodge before this up special gets to him. I don't know why he's not dodging. I don't know. The bot's just bad, but oh, there he goes. He's dodging now. Let's see if it works. Yeah, see, it just won't hit him. So that's a huge part. So like when I'm zoning, I kind of always want to try to keep me at one arrow up and charged, and then I'll just bring out the car. So like during this downtime, while I'm using the car, doing whatever the shenanigans in my car, I can get enough to where I'm at least having 2 arrows while starting my pressure. Because then you can go for your combo route, whatever the case may be, shoot your arrow, extend it, shoot another arrow, extend it even more. But like just like the old play style where you're just able to infinitely just sit here in the zone, you can't do that anymore. Also, uncharged arrows been affected. So if you're like trying to go for like an uncharged arrow and then like dash towards them and go for your follow up, it's harder because if you don't hit the arrow, you don't hit the arrow instantly. Like if I do uncharged arrow right next to him, then I can go for it because I can go for your combos, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case, whatever I'm trying to do. But if you're like way back here and you try to dash up, a little delay before you can do any button. Like if you see, let me make sure I have the controller on my screen. No, I don't have the controller on my screen. Hold on, let me put it there. Alright, so if you see the controller, I'm gonna press my arrow and I'm just spamming, and that's like the fastest that I can do an attack after an arrow in general if it doesn't hit the opponent. So it's a little bit of wait time. So if you're going for like an uncharged arrow, I would suggest you do it like pretty close to people so you can go for your follow-up immediately. As far as umbrella is really risky to do in neutral now because it goes into the float, and even if you block a projectile, what character has neutral as their Marvin? Let me set him to do his neutral attack. So like even if you block a projectile, it still counts as you whiffing the move, so you go on the float. So playing against zoners, it feels very hard in some matchups, like a Marvin matchup or Tom and Jerry matchup. It feels a lot harder than it did before because Umbrella was the go-to move to destroy the projectiles and also continue your pressure. And this move is just so slow. Like maybe against a Marvin, you might be able to do this at times, but even then, like majority of people that use their projectiles, they're gonna be right behind them and following up their pressure immediately. So Marvin bubbles, he's gonna be right behind his bubble to just knock you out of this. So this move is so risky to go for because it starts up so slow. Like if it had better startup frames, this move would actually be the go-to, and it wouldn't be bad. Like it would just serve its purpose. It's not like it has a crazy hitbox. It doesn't even have a hitbox, so it's not like you're getting any reward. Like okay, Jake House for example. it blocks projectiles, but then it also has a hitbox. Not saying it's broken or anything, but it blocks projectiles and has a hitbox. This move, you're stationary, and at most you get notes to pop out, but in ones you can't do anything with Gizmo's notes. So like it doesn't help you in ones. So you're just forced to, a lot of the times, if you want to challenge projectiles, is use umbrella, but then you go into float and you get punished. So umbrella is really risky in both ways, of the fact that you can't just do raw umbrella, and you can't, and it's also scary to use umbrella against projectiles now. Umbrella is still good on hit though, so if you hit them, you can still do a little, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of whatever you had been doing before. And then car just got hit in a lot of ways. Like car just got hit very, very hard. So it's 8 damage, so, and it's slower. It's 8 to destroy. It's slower, like or not slower, but it has less time. So like usually you'll be able to just fling your car at people from mad far. Like if I was to do the usual Gizmo thing, the car would have went way further. But now it just, you know, it has no range if you try to like reverse it and throw it at people. So like that's not really the necessary play unless you drive through someone and then try to turn around. But a lot of times you still just get hit out of it because it gets destroyed because it's less HP. And it's on a longer cooldown, and it doesn't have the crazy hitbox. The crazy hitbox is fine because that had to go. I think all 3 of those nerfs are fine except for the timer. Like, and that's just like after playing the Gizmo for a while still after the patch. I think everything on that they nerfed on the car would have been fine except for they nerfed the timer too, and it just made it feel like weird to use, kind of bad in ones to use. It's really good in 2s still, just because there's so much going on in 2s. You'll be able to sneak people with the car all the time, but in ones, people are expecting the car. Like once they see the car, they already know what you're gonna do for the most part, and it's really easy for them to avoid. So the car is very not risky, but you don't really necessarily get the reward that you used to get with it. You have to a lot of times get the combo with it. If I can stop doing umbrella, where you hit the person, and then I don't know if I can do it on Marvin. Let me try a different character that's taller so I can see if I can get it. But like, you want to get it to where you can drive through them and grab them and the car at the same time. Nah, I'm not getting it. I think he might have to be jumping. I'm not sure the interaction where it happens. Maybe because he's dodging. Let me take him off dodge for a moment. Like that, but a lot of times you'll get to the car too still. I don't know, but yeah, essentially the car is only really effective is when you get the true combo with it, where you grab them, the car, and it sends them out into the car blast. If you played Gizmo for a bit, you probably know what I'm talking about. A lot of his combos, as far as like off arrow, are pretty much the same. So like if you go watch that other guide, I'll link it, you'll see a lot of the same combos. I did find something pretty funny that works on DI out, and then if they DI in, you have to have Airwalker on. But it's pretty funny because Gizmo now has like a, I mean, I don't think it's just now. I'm pretty sure he's always had this. It's just we never had a reason to go for this. But if you hit point blank jab and they try to DI out, just watch what happens. And this is funny because I tested in a game. I'll show a clip in what happens in the game too. So like, if you do this, you can just have them vortex. And Gizmo pretty much has an infinite on most of the casts. It doesn't work on characters above Shaggy's weight from what I've experimented and tried, but it works on everybody below Shaggy's weight. And it's very, you just have to try it yourself. It's very specific because characters like Velma, right? Like that, I called it a combo loop infinite because some characters it's just a combo starter, and it's just like combos, it gives you a combo starter. Like characters above Shaggy, you just get a basic combo starter. Characters like Velma, it becomes like a loop where you can get it like 2 or 3 times, and then like it'll end up dropping. And then characters like Shaggy or like Jake, it's an infinite because they just get vortexed into it over and over and over and over. Oh, I didn't do it right. So yeah, they just get vortex into it over and over and over. So thing about it though is you have to hit a point blank jab and they have to DI out. And it's character specific on how you want to do it, because how I'm doing it like that, I'm doing a jab, down special, turn around the jab, or down special, down tilt. So jab, down tilt, turn around the jab, down tilt, turn around the jab, down tilt, and essentially just keep repeating, right? But if you go to a character like Bugs Bunny, it's different how you do it. You would do turn around, and then you do same side, and then same side, and then turn it around to keep them looped. So it's different how you approach it on each character. So you guys just have to go lab it and, you know what I'm saying, see how it works on each character. And I've already did the testing. I just don't want to make this video too long showcasing it on every character. But it's something that for sure works, and I've already tried it in game, and I've hit it in game. So I'll show a clip some point in time in the video, maybe even right now. But yeah, but aside from that, he doesn't really have anything new. Like, instead of going for jab jab roll now, you just go for jab jab up special. His neutral plan is pretty much the same, except for when you get to the point of where you have one arrow, you just have to use that card to buy yourself time, because you don't really have any other options for zoning, because popcorn isn't the way it used to work, where you can just set up multiple of them. So you can use popcorn as a way. Oh, with popcorn, there's a lot of times there's moves that either just move the popcorn out of the way, or a lot of times you're playing against other zoners who just destroy your popcorn. So like, yeah, theoretically you can use this as another option to keep people out in zone, but it's not the most effective tool. But you can do that, so don't, you know what I'm saying, don't just write that off. I do this in certain matchups. Like if I'm playing against a Bugs Bunny who just wants to approach with nair all game, I just start singing, and then every time he tries to nair me, his combo gets interrupted. So don't just totally write popcorn with notes off. Just remember that if you're going for a kill, don't put notes into the popcorn, because it shoots them away when you don't have notes in it. But if you have notes in your popcorn and you shoot them and the notes hit them, it'll turn your popcorn shot into a combo move, which is actually really good. So if I was to put popcorn, put some notes into it, charge up my arrow, and then you see how he just went nowhere? But then if I charge up that same popcorn shot and then shoot him, he literally almost dies. So keep that in mind. If notes are inside of your popcorn, you can get a combo off of it if they're close enough. And if you don't put notes into it, you can get good knockback, good damage, possibly even a kill, depending on how much you charge the popcorn. D-tilt is a really good move for us, as always. But now you have the jab one loop, hit the close jab, and then you can just vortex people. I don't know. I want them to buff this move so we have more like up close combo game, aside from like just arrows. So when we don't have arrows, we can actually still do some stuff. But right now it just feels like a lot of his stuff is based off of arrow, either starting it or extending it, and he doesn't really have other stuff without it. Like if I do down air, I don't really get much off of down air besides like a down air, up special, and I have to use arrow. Down air, stare, then I have to use arrow. You know, you don't really get much off of his moves unless you have arrows. That's why the infinite arrow was so vital, and it's always been so vital in his kit. I think just the fact that all the stuff that arrow does for you in this game just made it too good, and I understand why they nerfed it. I just feel like they should have did other things to nerf it besides taking away the infinite arrows, just because it's so vital a part of his combo game and his combo starters and his own. It's literally everything. It literally is everything for this character, arrow. Like the other two nerfs, Car and Umbrella, they're not that big of nerfs. Like Car is annoying the way it is now for sure. Umbrella is annoying for sure. But like the arrow nerf, it just makes the character play so much more different, just because of the fact that it's literally everything for the character. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that needs to be covered? Because a lot of the stuff I already touched on in the other two guys. I don't want to just keep repeating myself showing the same combos and things like that. But I think for the most part, this could be like it for the video. I mean, his up air is still good as ever. They didn't touch that. Down air, say. Yeah, I don't know. I just think this move should get some type of touch up. It shouldn't send down and out. It doesn't have to send necessarily straight down, but maybe just don't send as far out, so we can actually get combos off of it. Or even like give us our drift back, so like it's easier to land. Yeah, we need the drift back and we need the angle change, because if we get the drift back on this move to where we're able to like when I use the move, I just go straight down wherever I use it. But like you used to be able to drift this move while you're going down. If we get that back in the angle change, this move could actually be really good for our combo game without arrow. Yeah, that's just a quick little, you know what I'm saying, guide, and you know what I'm saying, showcase of what things you can do with the changes, or what how to think about the changes. And Gizmo is not a bad character, so anybody's telling you he's a bad character, just stop listening to them. This character is still somewhere in the top 10. I don't know exactly where I would put Gizmo right now, because all these other characters are coming out of the woodworks. We got Mortys, we got Batmans, we got Shaggy, just got his nair back today, literally. Like, there's a lot of characters that are doing really good, and more things are being found on them. Bugs Bunny has his one button nair loop. Like, it's a lot of stuff. So, a lot of factors that play into where Gizmo is currently at. And I mean, there's a big turning today, so I guess we'll see we'll see if Gizmo's still top 8. But you know what I'm saying, this is gonna be go ahead and be the end of the video. If you made it this far, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna be live on Twitch. You already know, man. You know what I'm saying? Go fuck with your boy. You know, drop a follow. We live on YouTube also. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing the YouTube streams, running it up. YouTube streams, I can't have music on them, so if you wanna come vibe out with the music, you know, I'm gonna join up in the Twitch stream. And let me catch you on the next one. I'll probably make me a Gizmo montage on all the stuff I've been cooking up. All, you know what I'm saying, hitting the loops and just the regular Gizmo stuff you see all the time. But yeah, I'm gonna fuck with you on the next one.